Gathered here very unique pencil sharpener, over 100 years old. It's dated March 29, 1904. There's a name and everything over here, so if you're looking for one, if you need to replace the blade, you just unspin this screw and this blade will come out. These ones are still pretty easy to get. It's one of those razors. So you put it in and make it tight. How does this work? Let's find out. There's 3 layer stands on table. There's a pencil. We're just gonna slide it in, and this pencil is completely unsharpened, and whoa, it's a bit too tight. We'll have to start with a little bit right here. Okay, now that we're going, it's pretty easy. We just kind of have to get it started and then just start rotating slowly and chopping it. This is quite fun. So just keep on going. Kind of getting stuck some places. There you go. I see it's getting at the actual pencil. Wow, look at that. Now it's shaving it good. Wow, it's gonna be so sharp. I'd say it's kind of hard in the beginning, but once I figured out how to use it, look how nice and sharp that is. And this is not even a very sharp blade right here. It's definitely been used. Wow. That's a bit too sharp. That's crazy. Look at that. Harder to split. Gathered here another very unique mechanical axe. This one is only opens up this much, so it looks like a chopper one, but I don't know if it is. This one is Garant. I bought it from Canada, so let's see how it works. It's beautiful design, looking so good. It is a splitting axe. As you can see, the bit is gonna be really thick. It's not very sharp because we're trying to split it, not chop it. Okay, let's see how it splits. Cracked it in half. So one more hit will go all the way through. Wow. Stubborn little logs. Let's see. Do you see how much it kicks it out? It's fun. The reason why it kicks it out, these 2 little things goes in and pushes it out apart. That's the idea anyways. That's pretty good. Yeah, I could definitely feel my axe actually flew back up a little bit. Look at that. It definitely works. It's fun. Smaller piece right here. Once it's wood split one time from a log, it's a lot easier. But it definitely kicks it out of the way, so I continue splitting right here. There's already split pieces, make it smaller. That's fun. It's a bit too big right here. So definitely a fun little splitting axe. This side here look like black locust. Really dense wood. Very good for firewood. Look how long that is. You know what? Maybe poplar. Split it so well, even though it's so long. Wow. Do you see? Effortless. It's a good little axe. This side here probably the best gasoline can. The only minus about this gun can is it is metal, so it's heavy. But the pluses is outweighed the heavy part about it. because first of all it is very durable. If you drop it, not a big deal. Plastic will might pop and break. This one also has a really nice nozzle. It comes out right here. Also the locking mechanism is really cool. There's a safety. You kind of turn it right here and it locks it all the way. Then you twist this, unspin it. Then there's a little clamp on both sides. Pull this out and opens it. I filled it up with water for the demonstration purposes so we don't spill it. There's a rubber right here so that way it doesn't evaporate or anything. So very easy to close it and open it and twist it, lock it. The nozzle goes this way and locks in, and the nozzle goes back into here. Boom. Another nice thing about this gas cans, you see how skinny it is. You can walk with it pretty easily. It's not bulky like you have to keep it out from your leg. Because it looks like a tiny suitcase, you can carry it easily. You can carry it with 2 people, 1 person. Nice, you can carry 2 of them at the same time. Pretty cool little gas can, 20 liter. They have 10 liter ones. By the way, whenever you open the lid, pull this out, you see there's a little notch to where it won't close. Then once again we pull this out and we put this onto the front and lock this down. Okay, this nozzle you want to push it all the way in and then lock it in pretty good, and it should sit in there tight. This right here is self-stopping nozzles. This will push into the gas tank. It will pull from this side, and once it reaches to this hole, it will automatically stops it. Pretty awesome, isn't it? Let's try it out. Okay, we kind of have to flip it upside down, and look at that flow. That is a really powerful flow, and as you can see, it fills it up really fast. Let's see if it will stop it automatically. Okay, now it stopped. I guess you kind of get it flowing, and you see now it will not fill up anymore because it's attached to the fill line. Look how fast it's gonna pour. You see it? That's what we want. And let's see what happens when water touches the nozzle. Oh, okay, I gotta wait. I was impatient. It'll stop once it gets to that line. So that's pretty awesome. Automatic part does work really good too. Let's see if it'll stop automatically. Pours really fast. Okay, you see, as soon as it gets to that line, it stops right where we need it. And we take it out, it's perfect. Another negative thing about that, you have to hold 20 liters of liquid like that. And it's quite heavy. So I've seen other gas cans that you don't have to do that. But you know, a couple of negativities. It's still an amazing option because you got right here very heavy duty, almost military graded a gas can right here. Non-spill design is definitely an amazing little attachment for it. You go like this, lock it in and plug it, and once you're done, again, this is all water. We're just making a test video on that, and then just lock this to this way. Extra locking mechanism over here, it's not gonna come off. Love it. Got it here, backpacking stove, Snow Peak Giga Power. So it comes in a holder like that. Check this out. Does it comes with a striker? Unfortunately it doesn't. Sometimes it's worth buying one of these little camping stove with already a striker, because if you don't have the matches you won't be able to start it. But make sure you have something to light it with. So let's plug it in onto the gas. And then this unfolds so easily, and I love it how big the pot stand is. This is probably one of the biggest pot stand for one of these miniature camp stoves. And this is supposed to be pretty powerful too. First I'll show you how it burns in the dark, and we'll go outside. Wow, that is powerful. And the reason why it has so much flame, because it letting the flames goes out from the sides, not just from the top. And obviously we probably don't have to use it on maximum, but I just want to see how fast can it boils the water. Like maybe 1 cup of water. Cold water. Start the timer. Let's see how long it will take. Yeah, with this such a powerful stove, you definitely need a much better can, a much bigger one. Look at that blue flame around it. That is a lot more power for sure. Okay, and we got full boil at almost 10 minutes. It's boiling all the way finally. Very powerful little stove. Takes still 10 minutes. Yeah, but for miniature stove, I think it's pretty powerful. So anyways, pretty cool little stove. The bottom of it will not be as hot, versus the top might take a minute to cool off. It's pretty cool option, but I think they might be better with the starters. But yeah, super cool little stove. Here's another awesome idea for one log bonfire. So as you can see, there's brand. Let's open it. So you grab a log, any kind of log pretty much, and go with the chainsaw this way and this way. And looks like you just put a little fire starter in here. It got damaged a little bit in shipping, but I think it'll be okay. This bark is actually just like a fire starter in itself, and birch has a lot of sap. So what we'll do, grab a match, start it, and get the fire starter going. And we'll put it right in the middle, like that. Birch bark is a really good fire starter. So the idea of it, you have right here a little flame right in the middle, but look at that ventilation from both sides. So the oxygen will go to here and keep this in the middle flame going really well. 15 minutes later, look at that, we have a pretty good flame going. Looks like it's burning from the inside, especially if you look at here, the actual log is burning, you see it, and plenty of ventilation from both sides, so we don't have to worry about it. So we'll come back in about another 20-30 minutes, see if the whole log is burning from the top, and we'll see how it slowly burns out. But as you can see, you have plenty of flame. Pretty nice small bonfire. You could probably do the same thing on a bigger scale with the bigger log. Maybe make a much bigger like little lancet here, so the more flame can go through, and bigger flame and bigger ventilation. Okay, that's what we can expect from these little logs. Decent miniature fire. Obviously we'll need a bigger log. It's burning though really well. Plenty of oxygen going through here. The whole log is burning now. That's a good way to show you guys right here without any wind how much flame coming through, and it's giving off pretty good amount of heat from the flames. Yeah, definitely might try it out, this trick with a much bigger log.